Welcome back to the channel. This is another pop-up episode of KDS Reviews. I'm going to start doing some episodes of my commentary about the state of movie and the state of movie making. This is one about the acquisition of James Bond franchise from MGM to Amazon. Amazon bought out MGM for a little over $850 billion, and that gave them the creative control of the character James Bond. There's 27 movies in the James Bond franchise, from Dr. No to No Time to Die. And I got 5 things that I want to hit on. Number one, will it stay in the theater? Everyone seems to be thinking that theater viewing is dying. Well, there are a lot of people that still like to go to the actual theater. No matter what you see, no matter what movie you're watching on TV, it is not the same as it is at the theater experience. Or they're just going to say, well, it's too expensive, and we're going to just, it's going to be a streaming and only on Amazon. Okay, number 2, will they do spin-offs? You've seen this with Star Wars. You've seen this with Marvel. Are they going to do spin-offs? Are we going to have to find out how M became M, or how Q became Q? How did Moneypenny get her position? Do we need to see that, like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power? Do we need to really see that? He's M, Q, Moneypenny. We don't need to know the background of them. Number 3, will it become cheaply done with the quality of these movies? The James Bond franchise is very expensive. The cars, the set productions, filming all over the world, Paris, France, Europe, London, England, sometimes in the United States. This is a very expensive franchise, and you're never going to get anywhere being cheap. That's just not in the movies. That's everywhere in business, period. You're never going to make any money being cheap. And when will it get the gadgets, That's number 4. Will the gadgets disappear? That's still the same thing as for 3, I guess. Will the gadgets disappear? They're already, look at Daniel Craig. He really didn't have that many gadgets in his movie. If he had any at all, it was just a gun and a car and his angry attitude, And look, and the number 5, look what happened to the other franchises that were acquired. Remember the last Star Trek movie you've seen? See? Don't answer that, except you in the back. Don't have to answer that. When was the last Star Trek movie? Let's look at what happened to Star Wars. Oh my God. When I was growing up, Star Wars was the #1 franchise in Hollywood. It was a guaranteed hit. Look at the first 3. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Those are some of the biggest and highest grossing movies of all time. And not just the money-wise. Look at the quality of the movies, of those movies. Those movies, 50 years from now, you'll still be able to watch Star Wars. Let's look at what happened to Marvel. Marvel was going along really good. Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. It's going really good. It got to a point, and I'll say it was really around Captain Marvel, and then Avengers Endgame. After that, the quality of Marvel has gone down. It has. There have been some good movies. That Captain America, Brave New World isn't bad. Some of the Ant-Man movies isn't bad. But the quality of the movies have gone down because they're under creative control. You could tell almost where Disney bought Marvel and what has happened to it now. Look at the TV shows. The TV shows of that. Look what happened to Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power. That's not really that. That's not good. That isn't. That's just the white elephant in the room that no one will say. So I'm wondering about the creative control that Amazon is going to have over the James Bond. Who will be the next James Bond? Who would they pick? Are they going to pick someone that's more like James Bond, or just going to pick someone that's, quote, safe? Like this type of comment. The comment in the down below. Who would you hire as James Bond? What do you think about this acquisition? Remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. And throughout the week, we'll have a commentary episode about anything that's going on in Hollywood as far as movie making. This is KDS Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.